Schwartz's smirk was as unwelcome to me at that moment as an uncle and drag at a christening. Schwartz ambled over to the driver's side of the squad car and greeted the officer. Apparently he knew every cop on the force by name, since he said, "It's okay, Larry, she's with me." "That's what she tells me," Larry said. "Do you want me to call for a tow?" Schwartz shook his head. "That won't be necessary. I thought this might happen, so I brought a chain. I'll pull her out."
Cardinal Keith O'Brien, age 75, resigned on February 25th after allegations of inappropriate behavior by 3 priests and a former priest. He was Britain's senior-most Roman Catholic and was already expected to retire in March. He's denied the allegations brought against him. In light of the news, Pope Benedict decided to speed up the cardinal's exit from the church. One of O'Brien's alleged victims told the British Observer that the cardinal had started a relationship with him in the 1980s. The newspaper reported that the man required long-term counseling to deal with his experiences. Another man said that O'Brien had made inappropriate contact during nightly prayers. A third left the priesthood after O'Brien was promoted to bishop to preserve his integrity. He also told the newspaper that you have to understand the relationship between a bishop and a priest. At your ordination, you take a vow to be obedient to him. He's more than your boss, more than the CEO of your company. He has immense power over you. He controls every aspect of your life. Colleagues say that Cardinal O'Brien was feeling vulnerable and very upset about the allegations, which he described as anonymous and non-specific. In a recent statement, O'Brien said that he valued the opportunity of serving the people of Scotland and overseas in various ways since becoming a priest. He further said that looking back over his years of ministry, he thanks God for any good I've been able to do. For any failures, I apologize to all whom I offended. O'Brien was a leading voice in the UK against same-sex marriage, which he described as a grotesque subversion of a universally accepted human right. Vatican officials have made it clear that the cardinal chose to be absent from the conclave of his own free will. Chabad-Lubavitch is a Hasidic Jewish group formed in Russia in the late 18th century by Rabbi Shneur Zalman. During the build-up to the Second World War, the group's then leader, Rabbi Yosef Yitzhak Schneerson, fled Europe to the United States, leaving 12,000 volumes of historic documents in Poland. This library fell into the hands of the Nazi army and was later seized by the Russian Red Army at the end of the war, who claimed all the books and documents for the state during the Soviet years. In June of 2010, Chief Justice of the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, Judge Royce C. Lamberth, ruled that the Russian government had no standing to claim ownership of the documents, and ordered them to be returned to the surviving members of Chabad-Lubavitch in the U.S. The Russian government has refused to adhere to the order, so in January another Washington judge has ordered the Putin government to pay $50,000 a day in fines. Putin has refused, deciding instead to place the 50,000 documents in Moscow's new Jewish museum. According to the Russian premier, if we now open a Pandora's box and start satisfying similar requests, there will be no end to these claims. Maybe one day we will be able to do this, but now we are absolutely not ready for this. This is impossible.